Welcome to everyone to this webinar hosted by Anti-Care. And let's welcome Dr. Kanak with 5 years of experience. And Dr. Kanak has certifications as a positive psychologist from Pennsylvania, USA, and a positive psychiatrist from Sydney, Australia. Dr. Kanak brings a holistic approach to mental wellness. And without further ado, let's welcome him.
Hi, thank you for having me. How are you all? How are you doing? How are you, Anamika? Good, nice. I can see thumbs up. Perfect, perfect. First of all, kudos to all of you for joining. That too, I think this is mid-office hours probably for some people, yeah. And the topic actually for breathing techniques and how mental health impacts us. Oh, okay. This is really interesting. And I will try my best to keep it as interactive as possible. So you guys can keep texting us in the chat box. I'll keep it here for my eye and keep an eye on it. And I think let's just dive into it soon so that I am not wasting much of your time. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any feedback or follow-up, anything like that, we have a separate time, which is 15-20 minutes after our session is done, and we can go ahead with it. Yeah. So shall I start? Can I get a thumbs up so that we can just start? Perfect. Wow. Okay. Just to give you a brief idea, how do breathing strategies help us in stress management? I want you guys to ask yourself one question: whether or not you are actually experiencing stress in some or the other form in your life. मतलब हम में से कौन है जो स्ट्रेस नहीं है, जो थोड़ा सा भी स्ट्रेस फील नहीं करता है अपनी लाइफ में? वो हाथ रेज कीजिए, if possible, through your emojis or whichever way you can show me. Okay. Right. So I think somewhere or the other, everyone is struggling, including me, of course, because we are humans and हमारी life के demands ही next level है. Especially if you guys are in a corporate loop, you have so many deadlines to meet. You have so many people that you have to, take care of, answer to, including your family and your personal life. So I think stress management techniques सीखना बहुत essential है. And it is such a vast topic. Stress management itself is such a vast topic. There are so many ways in which you can do it. कि I think 1 घंटे में वो cover करना is difficult. And that's why what we thought would be really good is introduce you to how breathing techniques and breathing strategies can help you manage your day-to-day life का stress. Okay, not even something जब आप बहुत overwhelming situation में हो या आप बहुत anxious हो, तब, केवल तब नहीं, but even in your daily routine, कि यार आज काम वाली बाई टाइम पे नहीं आई है, या आज चाय आधा घंटा लेट हो गई, या आज बॉस ने थोड़ा सा ज्यादा वर्कलोड दे दिया या ज्यादा सुना दिया, समथिंग लाइक दैट. छोटी छोटी चीजें रोजमर्रा की. ओके, सो जस्ट टू ब्रीफ यू, छोटा सा साइंटिफिक इंफॉर्मेशन अगर मैं आपको दूं कि व्हाई एंड हाउ these breathing techniques really help us, is there is a chemical called as cortisol. Okay, एक stress hormone होता है हमारी body में, cortisol, which is secreted अगर हम थोड़े से भी stressful situation से गुजरते हैं. Okay, and if that happens for a few hours more, a few days, a few weeks, and a few months, वो हमारी body को बहुत drastically modify करता है internally. Your immune system drops down. Okay, you start getting ill more frequently, you get allergic reactions more frequently, maybe you struggle with insomnia or yeah zyada neend aana, in fact, and so many more struggles that happen to us if that cortisol is high in our brain, in our body. And so the breathing techniques actually act by lowering that stress hormone level. Okay. And again, this is not something which I am saying. It is all research-based, evidence-based data that I'm telling you. By breathing techniques, there is a nerve called as vagus nerve that we have. Okay. This vagus nerve actually is the nerve that connects our brain to our heart, to our lungs, and our gut, our stomach. Right? This is the longest nerve that goes from the brain down. ये nerve आपका activate होता है once we have these breathing techniques, once we push our lungs beyond a capacity, okay, and once our heart rate goes up, this nerve, once it gets activated, it does exactly ulta kaam of our cortisol, which is our stress hormone. Okay. So do I make sense so far? Do I make sense, or did I lose you guys? Did I lose you guys, or are we still here? Perfect. Wow. Thank you. Okay, great. So this is one way in which breathing techniques really help us. And the other thing what it does is it actually boosts our emotional management. जो हमारे emotional resilience होता है, that gets boosted with these breathing techniques, simply because your brain के two modes get activated. There's something called as prefrontal cortex idhar samne ka, okay, which is very high in people like you who are intellectuals, who are working so much, who have so many tasks and multitasking to do, planning, programming, organizing. This prefrontal cortex gets enough dopamine and serotonin with these breathing and mindfulness exercises that you can learn. और अगर वो होता है, you can function at your optimum. वरना कई बार होता है that if you feel overwhelmed or stressed or anxious, your work suffers. You are not able to do work-life balance. Your productivity goes down. And a lot of tasks which you can finish in maybe 1 hour, it will take you 3 hours or 4 hours to complete it. So this activity जो prefrontal में होती है, it's really stimulated with our breathing techniques. Okay. So if I give you a gist, then these breathing techniques are not just helping you manage your stress, but they are helping you manage your heart rate, your immune system, your brain health, and your gut health also. So imagine if you do these few simple techniques that we can learn today, and if you start doing them every day, maybe 5-10 minutes each day, how drastically it can help you improve your overall well-being. Okay. So with no more time pass, let us just dive into it. Okay. So I have a few activities which we can do together. Those are breathing technique activities, right? Let's do them together. If you guys are ready, whenever you guys are ready, you give me a thumbs up, right? So for here, what you need to do is sit back. आप कहीं बैठे हैं तो give your back a support, rest. If you can actually sit on the floor or on the sofa with your legs crossed, वो भी चलेगा. If you're sitting on a chair, वो भी चलेगा. Just make sure that your back is rested and that you have a space जहाँ पे 5 minute के लिए nothing else needs your attention, right? And then we can just start. The first technique we will do together, it's called box breathing. Okay. Why is it called box breathing? क्योंकि हमें actually time के साथ एक square बनाना है. The time with which we inhale and exhale and hold will be a square, right? So I'll guide you through it. I'll guide you completely. And even if you have any doubts, you can always ask me at the end of this session, right? And even if I bore you, you can tell me later on that, yeah, I did not hold you up. Okay. So let's just start it. If you guys are comfortable, nicely seated, well relaxed and supporting your back, एक reflection आपको करना है. वो reflection ये है कि how am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now in this moment? Okay. Am I feeling happy? Am I feeling grateful that this session is happening? Or maybe grateful for the fact that I had enough time for myself. Am I feeling agitated or dull or frustrated or impatient? Okay, just reflect on how you're feeling right now. Hold that thought, and let's go into this first activity that we'll do together. Okay, so the first step here is to trace an imaginary box with one hand. तो आपका हाथ अगर आपके लैप पे है, आपके थाई पे रेस्टेड है, या आपके पास टेबल है या चेयर का आर्म रेस्ट है, जस्ट इमेजिनरी एक बॉक्स आपके फिंगर से ट्रेस करके देखिए कि ये स्क्वायर को आपको गाइडेंस के तौर पे यूज करना है, राइट? एंड देन द नेक्स्ट स्टेप is to inhale. As your finger goes up through that imaginary box, we are inhaling, and around the peak of your inhalation, you hold your breath, and then you exhale. As it goes down, you exhale with your hand, with your finger, and then hold as your finger goes ahead, right? Hold as your finger goes ahead. Okay, so आपको ये stencil मिल गया है. Let's start. Let's start. Trace one imaginary box. Do it with me. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Okay. Do it one more time. One more time. Inhale. Hold. Trace it down. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Right? Ye box breathing actually is a part of something called as mindfulness tactic. Mindfulness means being present in this moment. So there are various ways in which you can practice mindfulness, but this breathing technique is one of them. Okay, where this box will be your guiding tool, guiding stencil. शुरुआत में ही आपको बस ये imaginary trace करना है. Once you practice enough, 2-3 दिन में you get hold of it कि you know how many seconds. Maybe you start counting seconds. जैसे कि 2 seconds के लिए inhale किया, 2 seconds के लिए hold किया, फिर exhale किया और फिर hold किया. Okay, so basically the agenda is to mindfully trace a square, maybe imaginary or through your fingers. Okay, this technique is extremely beneficial if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling very angry or overwhelmed. There are moments जब हमें लगता है कि बॉस अभी मेरा गुस्सा निकलने वाला है, you know, I am going to scream at this person in front of me or scold them or use some harsh words which I do not mean to use. But once I do that, later on I only have regret and guilt. Ki, oh no, I acted in my emotions. I did not think it through. This box breathing technique, if you do it in that moment, when you are feeling this overwhelming emotion, it is going to help you guide through those emotions. And then you can actually look past it. Okay. So ये emotional regulation or resilience इस box breathing से बहुत अच्छे से achievable है. This is proven, evidence based, right? This अभी तो हमने short time के लिए किया है, you know, a minute or so, but at least 5 minutes each day. If you do this at least 5 minutes, it is good enough to boost your mental health, right? It is also proven that your serotonin and dopamine के जो feel good chemicals है, they are increased once you do it for a longer duration of time. So breathing techniques are not something like अभी तुरंत मैंने कर लिया तो मुझे instant उसका फायदा मिल गया या instant I saw its effects on me. It does not work like that. Breathing techniques are something like going to the gym or working out. If you're going to the gym and you're building your upper arm muscles, what will happen, फर्स्ट डे पे किया तो तुरंत आपको मसल्स हो जाएगी क्या स्ट्रॉन्ग? नहीं, है ना? But if you keep repeating those movements and if you keep working on that muscle over a period of maybe 1 week or 10 days, you will start to see its effects. And वो धीरे धीरे build up होगा. It is exactly this. Okay? Cumulative effect, we call it. One after the other, it piles on. So the more you do this, the more frequently you do this, uske zyada effects you will be reaping, the more benefits you will have. Yeah. So I just want you to reflect on the feeling state again. अभी जो हमने बॉक्स ब्रीदिंग किया था, with this box breathing, what did you feel? Okay, maybe हमें और थोड़े breaths की जरूरत है. We did 2-3. Yeah, we did a few. So was there any difference? Or okay, questionable? Yeah, let's move to a newer technique, a different technique. Now, what this technique I am telling you for, it's something called as physiological sigh. Yeah, recently a neurologist spoke a lot about it, and again, it has been researched for more than a decade now. This technique, इसको sigh इसलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि हम मुंह से ऐसा एक्सेल करेंगे. Okay, so if you see, actually our body does that from time to time. जैसे बच्चों ने तंग किया, okay, किसी ने परेशान किया, and you're like, okay. If you get frustrated, if you get exhausted, we suddenly react. This is your body's own way to release that pent up stress, to release that emotion, to release that energy, जो negative energy surround हो जाती है. Okay, so that natural way को हमने थोड़ा और modify करके उसे और improve किया है. And this again, we'll do it together. Okay, I want you guys to do it with me again, since you guys are already relaxed, laid back, holding your back support. Yeah, so what we'll do here is, I'll first tell you हमें करना क्या है. We need to exhale through our nose, a nice long breath, जितना आपकी लंग की कैपेसिटी तक आया. And then once that is done, you inhale a bit more. थोड़ा और लंबा सांस लेना है, छोटू सा, sneak in a little breath more again. So I'll show it to you first. Okay, छोटू सा breath at the end of the first breath, and then long breath you exhale. Okay, I'll show it to you one more time. Inhale first. Right? So वो जो छोटा सा breath sneak in करना है at the end of your first long breath, that is the trick. That will change things for you, right? So let's do it together. Are we ready? Are we ready? Thumbs up. Perfect, perfect. Great, great. So sit back, relax again. Focus your attention to my voice and let my voice guide you through this breathing technique. Okay? Inhale through your nose. Take a regular breath that you take. One breath in. And inhale a shorter breath again at the top of that breath. Now exhale through your mouth for the longer time that you can. Jitna lamba ho sake utna. I'm going to set a timer here with me. Let's set a timer and do it for 30 seconds together, okay? I'm starting it now. Let's start. Okay. So 30 seconds तो हो गए हैं. Let's reflect again. Did this change something for you? Did this breath change something for you? Yes. Oh my gosh, so many hearts. I'm so happy that you guys are actually experiencing इसके changes. Imagine ये हमने सिर्फ 30 seconds के लिए किया है. So again, if you do it for 1 minute or 2 minutes or even 5 minutes in one day, what benefits can you reap out of it? ये instant एक feeling था. You could have felt it through your trunk. When you took that sigh in and then you let it out, you could have felt it in your trunk. I did. Yeah. So this, again, we are reflecting कि how did we feel after this? जो मेरा पहला emotional state था, the first state that I had, maybe it was frustrated, maybe it was dull, maybe थक गई थी, lethargy था, दिन भर का काम हो चुका था, and I was in a low space emotionally, versus अभी ये दो टेक्निक्स के बाद अभी का जो हमारा स्पेस है. Just reflect on this. Yeah, I am going to ask you to reflect this after every activity because I want you guys to actually practice on this reflection. तो ये जो रिफ्लेक्टिंग टेक्निक है कि मैं अभी क्या महसूस कर रहा हूँ या क्या महसूस कर रही हूँ, and how was it 10 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago. This small question, if you ask yourself in the middle of the day, okay, right before your chai break, like right after your lunch, or right before your dinner, or right before a big presentation that you have, and if you just ask yourself this tiny question every day, what am I feeling right now? Immediately the question will be, okay, if I'm feeling anxious, what do I need right now? What do I need to feel better? What can I do to feel better? Yeah, these reflecting techniques are slowly going to open up your mind to your emotional intelligence. They are going to slowly extend your step towards this emotional intelligence. Yeah. So, one more technique that I want to talk to you guys about is Brahmari. मैं इस बारे में इसलिए बात करना चाह रही हूँ because, okay, Western world is only catching up to us right now. As our ancient scriptures and the ancient knowledge that we come from, we have so many tremendous strategies for our physical and mental health जो हम use ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, right from pranayam to yogasan to dhyan sadhana, meditation, and now the entire world is doing it except us. We are only not acknowledging the years of knowledge जो हमारे पूर्वजों ने बना के रखी हुई है, yeah, and the world is reaping benefits from this. So जो ब्राह्मरी प्राणायाम या ब्रीदिंग टेक्निक आप बोलोगे, इसका वेस्टर्न नेम it's bumblebee breathing. Imagine bumblebee breathing because it's a humming sound that you have to do at the end of the breath. Okay, so what you have to do here, it's a different style. इसको दो अलग तरीके से हम कर सकते हैं. I'll remove my spectacles for this. Okay, so one of the commonest ways is where people close their ears, then eyes, and then cheekbones, and here their nose. Okay, this is a bit complicated to do in the first step. So the easier version is simply by closing your ears. Ears कैसे close करना, I'll tell you. ये सामने का एक tragus cartilage होता है जो हमारे ear के सामने में है. You just push it. Okay? ऐसे. You can do it with your fingers or even your thumb. Not an issue. Whatever is comfortable for you, right? So I'll again first tell you what you have to do and then we'll do it together. फिर से relaxed, support, एकदम चिल्ड आउट पोजीशन में हम बैठे हैं. ओके, ट्रैगस कार्टिलेज को हम पुश करेंगे एंड एज आई इनहेल आई विल gently press my fingers into the cartilage. And then as you exhale, same, as you exhale, you have to keep your mouth closed and make a sound. Hmm. Okay? Yeah, it sounds funny, but it is so helpful. I'll tell you later why is it funny and helpful at the same time. But जैसे इनहेल करेंगे आपको ट्रैगस पुश करना है, और जैसे एक्सेल करेंगे लिप्स क्लोज ही रहने चाहिए, बस ओके. Shall we do it? Right. Let's do it together. Tragus closed, ears closed. As you inhale, you press against your earlobe. Yeah, it's funny. So this is one of the techniques जो आपको थोड़ा solitude में करना पड़ेगा, अकेले करना पड़ेगा, या आप ऑफिस में नहीं कर सकते. जो मेरी पहली 2 टेक्निक्स थी, you can do it anywhere, in office, if you're stuck in traffic jam, अगर आप टैक्सी में बैठे हो, अगर आप लिफ्ट में हो, anywhere. This particular technique needs थोड़ा सा solitude, वरना हम खुद ही conscious हो जाते हैं कि others are seeing and listening to what I'm doing and I'll sound and look funny and things like that. But this technique has a added advantage of vibrational frequencies. Okay? क्योंकि हम कर रहे हैं जैसा ओम के आखिर में होता है, because we are humming that sound, the vibrations also impact your entire nervous system and your vagus nerve. Okay. This again will instantly boost your mental health, instantly make you feel better because of the vibrations, because it is funny again. And the other thing is, it is very good in insomnia. अगर आपको जल्दी नींद नहीं आता है, if you struggle with your sleep, okay, and you do this technique 5 minutes before lying down on your bed, if you keep doing it for a few weeks, you will see the difference in the quality of your sleep. And again, this is research based, but I do it personally. Okay, there are times when I also have heavy days, or when I also struggle with my emotions. Of course, है ना, I am human being, even if I'm a psychiatrist. This breathing technique helps tremendously with my sleep schedule, with the quality of sleeps that I have. I don't know if you guys are aware, but brain also has waves, है ना, जैसे ECG की waves होती है ना, electrical conduction हम ECG में देखते हैं, वैसा we do it with the brain, which is called EEG, electroencephalograph. Again, modern science has found out that these waves are growing and synchronizing with meditation and pranayama. But हमें तो पहले से पता था, है ना, our scriptures had told us पहले से ही. Modern science is just catching up. So these waves, 2 main ones which are good, alpha waves and theta waves of your brain, they are at their peak activity when you are relaxed, when with your eyes closed, you're meditating, or you're listening to some good music which is soothing you down, and when you are in deep stage of sleep. Theta activity tab banta hai jo aap gehri neend mein ho, and these Brahmari pranayams boost that theta and alpha activity in your brain. Okay, proven. So if you do this frequently on a daily basis, your insomnia levels, आपका चिड़चिड़ापन, your impatience या short temperedness अगर आया है अभी because of your lifestyle, because of the burnout that is going on with your work life balance and everything like that, this technique is the one for you. And there are so many more techniques, but I don't have enough time that I can speak with you about. But if I name a few, these three are my favorite ones. Yeah, box breathing, हमने किया था. Yeah, which was the second one? Can someone tell me in the chat? Which was the second technique that I had told you, other than the box breathing? Yes, we'll talk about GERD. Yes, physiological sigh. Thank you, Gautam sir. So yes, physiological sigh was the second technique, which is my favorite one. And the third one, which is Brahmari, which I do it in the morning time and at the night time before going to sleep. And I suggest you do the same way. Other than these three techniques, there is 1:2 ratio wala technique again. Same thing, करना कुछ नहीं है. Inhale करना है और जितना टाइम के ड्यूरेशन के लिए आप इनहेल कर रहे हो उससे ट्वाइस यू हैव टू एक्सेल. सो इफ यू इनहेल फॉर 2 seconds maybe, so you exhale for this is 1:2 technique. Okay, then there is this other technique which is called diaphragmatic breathing, जिसमें belly breathing करते हैं हम. So पहले you take a breath with your belly and then your lungs, like that. This is really good for GERD. The question that you had asked me, somebody had asked me. Yes. Oh, Rakesh Kumar sir, I think you're good with music then. Musicians also we have here. Okay. So GERD के लिए diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing is really good. But any breathing technique if you do, any breathing technique, it is good for GERD क्योंकि GERD की जो नर्व है implicated वो वेगस नर्व है. वेगस नर्व की एक्टिविटी के चेंजेस की वजह से हमें रिफ्लक्स होता है हमारे स्पिंक्टर्स में. ओके, एंड द टेक्निक्स इन ब्रीदिंग दैट वी डू व्हेन वी एक्सप्लोर आवर लंग्स का कैपेसिटी and our heart ka capacity and we expand our stomach with those deep breaths, vagus gets stimulated like I told you, and so it will help you with GERD. Yeah, the other statement here again is repeating this till you feel soothed. Repeating this technique till you feel calm down. Yeah, that is one key that you have to do. ऐसा नहीं कि आपने 2-3 बार breaths ले लिए and you're done. No. या 1-2 मिनट के लिए किया. My suggestion is take out 5 minutes of your time throughout the day कभी भी, in the morning and at the night, and give yourself this boost of serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin. Yeah. If I ask you to reflect right now, what your emotion was at the beginning of this session when we reflected for the first time, and what your emotions are right now at the end of this session. How would, wow. Yay, I can see hearts. I'm so happy. Great, 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 great. I'm so happy. Okay, so these three things, if you remember, are itself something else. You don't have to opt for any other, breathing mechanism, breathing exercise or something like that. My suggestion here is top it up with some light movement, physical activity, anything it can be. It can be yogasan, it can be running or jogging, it can be cycling, it can be swimming, it can be anything that you like, but some light movement, if you can add with this, you will thank me later. Okay, so we can get to a routine now, but I want you guys to interact with me a bit more, and I want to open this session for our conversation and question answers and chats. If you guys have some more time, let's do it. Do we have more questions or more experiences to share? If you have any suggestions, if you have Any anecdotes that you want to share, we can do that. What is the importance of box breathing? Yes. So importance of box breathing here is actually mindfulness, that you have to trace that box, imaginary or in person. And उसका importance ये है कि वो आपको current moment में ले आएगा. What really happens is we are either living in the past or we are living in the future. पास्ट में क्या हुआ था, उसने क्या बोला था, कल उन्होंने मुझसे ऐसे बात की थी, 10 साल पहले दिस हैड हैपेंड एंड रिग्रेट्स एंड व्हाई आई डिड नॉट बिहेव लाइक दिस, आई शुड हैव सेड दैट, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. और वी आर वरिंग अबाउट द फ्यूचर कि व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन देन. ओके, देन अब मुझे पेट्रोल भी भरना है, मुझे ये भी करने जाना है, सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट वी थिंक अबाउट, या तो पास्ट या तो फ्यूचर. Mindfulness strategies like box breathing will bring you in the present moment. जो आपका thread चल रहा है thoughts का for the past and the future, वो काट देगा, because your attention is demanded here to trace a box with your inhale, with your hold, with your exhale and your hold. This is essential. So that is the importance of box breathing. Best time to do meditation? My answer, personal experience, is in the morning time. But actually, जो टाइम आपके लिए सही है वो बेस्ट टाइम है, जो टाइम आपके लिए कन्वीनियंट है वो बेस्ट टाइम है. So a lot of people that I know, sometimes I also, अगर मुझे जरूरत लगती है कि दिन थोड़ा हैवी गया है, I do it at the night also. सोने के पहले, just when I'm lying down, okay, जो हमारे शास्त्र बोलते हैं योग निद्रा, योग निद्रा या शवासन के थ्रू, when you go into योग निद्रा, again that is a type of meditation and that will also help you with your insomnia and your sleep. So I suggest you start your day morning time with meditation for 5-10 minutes, because फिर वो आपको एक intention set कर देगा दिन भर के लिए. And then maybe you can end with it also, your choice. Is there any situation when you should not do this? Nothing which is absolutely contraindicated, nothing. Even pregnancy mein, this is really good. I do this with Garbh Sanskar classes for my patients. Even people who have cardiac issues or are on pacemakers or anything like that, because इसको कोई equipment का जरूरत नहीं है, ये बहुत ज्यादा आपका कार्डियोथोरैसिक एक्टिविटी नहीं कराता है, and in fact it is calming you down. So there is no absolute contraindication here. If you feel कि at the moment आपको bronchial asthma का attack feel हो रहा है, या breathing में obstruction feel हो रहा है or something like that, तो उस समय के लिए maybe you have your asthma inhaler pump and then after 10-15 minutes you do this. Yeah, but there is nothing absolutely contraindicated. This is great for everyone of all health and life. When we get angry, normal tendency is to jump on the opposite person. Yes. That's when this physiological sigh and boxed breathing come to play. Okay. There are a lot of more mechanisms जिससे हम anger management tactics कर सकते हैं. अगर हम breathing technique की बात करें, this physiological sigh can help you snap out of that space and can actually help you isolate your thoughts, clear your mind, and then communicate with the person. So, for example, you are getting angry right now in this moment. You're feeling extremely angry towards a co-worker, and you feel कि आप कुछ unwanted कह दोगे, hurtful कह दोगे, and बाद में वो it can escalate. So, what you can do is tell them, like respectfully, कि Kanak, give me some time. Give me 10 minutes and I'll get back to you. Okay? ऐसा नहीं कि you just exit that place. Just ask for 10 minutes to gather my thoughts. I'll get back to you. You go to a different place. उस जगह जहाँ पे आपका झगड़ा या conversation हो रहा था या जहाँ आपको गुस्सा आ रहा था, वो जगह से निकल के you go to some different place, maybe near a window or maybe at your desk or something like that. And then physiological sigh. Trust me on this. 2 minutes of your physiological sigh, you will feel so much clearer in your head. And then you can gather your thoughts. You can point wise understand कि मैंने सामने वाले को कैसे समझाना है, मेरे पॉइंट्स कि मुझे क्या बुरा लगा, and you can come back and tell me कि Kanak, this is what bothered me, or this is what you had said, and this was bothering me, and I didn't want to seem rude, and that's why I just needed to gather my thoughts, and here I am, I'm telling you what is the issue. So उस समय का जो आपकी ओवरवेलमिंग रिएक्शन था वो छूट जाएगा just with this physiological sigh. Yes, asthmatic patients can do this 110%. In fact, there are a few researches which have shown कि ये आपकी chest capacity better करता है, आपका pulmonary function better करता है, and a lot of times you can get rid of all those excess medications if you require, and you can actually just be on the immediate urgent medication, which is the inhaler bronchodilator. It is really good for your pulmonary function tests. Even pranayam. So pranayam means what? Pranayam, अगर आप उसको translate करोगे, it actually means breath work. Breath work, जो कि हम अभी सीख रहे हैं. So if you also do this and 5 minute extra अपने कपालभाति या अनुलोम विलोम का प्राणायाम कर लिया with this, again added benefits. It is like कि आपने bench press भी किया है और lifting भी किया है for your body. So yes, there are no contraindications and asthmatic patients can do this for sure. Do we have any more questions, or if you have some interesting topics? Oh, I also have some questions in chat box. I'm so sorry. Yeah. My wife gets angry suddenly, realizes later. Yes, how can she control these emotions? जो मैंने अभी just technique बताई ना, if you can explain that to her, or if you can guide her through that, that will be very helpful. Plus, kai baar suddenly if somebody is getting angry, there are other reasons also. Maybe they are in a clinical spectrum or struggling with depression, or maybe there is something else going on at the back of their mind. Even thyroid disorders can present like this. So अगर इन चीजों से भी help नहीं होता है, breathing technique से भी help नहीं होता है, you must actually get a whole body scan, get it checked ki, is there any other reason why is this happening? Is it normal to feel sleepy when doing? Yes. You can feel sleepy, especially after Brahmari you can. जैसे मैंने कहा वो cortisol कम करता है, आपका stress hormone कम कर रहा है, और आपका sense of relaxation boost कर रहा है. वो आपकी muscles को भी relax करेगा. There is a chemical called as acetylcholine जो vagus nerve से secrete होता है, right? That chemical itself will relax your muscles. So it is very normal to feel sleepy or sedated after these exercises, but it is not कि इसका मतलब कि आपको बहुत ही नींद आएगा तो ये आपको workplace में करते नहीं आएगा. It is nothing like that. Brahmari tends to do that, and if you do these breathing exercise for 10 minutes or more, 10 से 15 मिनट तक कर रहे हो, तो आपको अच्छा खासा relaxation feel होगा. You will not have to rely on external help to feel sleepy. Yeah, but you can do this anytime throughout the day. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको बहुत नींद आएगा. अगर आप agitated हो तो वो आपको baseline पे लाके normal करेगा. अगर आप थोड़े से normal के पास हो तो और relax करेगा. So depends on what mood space you are in. Yeah, Brahmari तो मेरा suggestion है रात को कीजिएगा. What to do during an anxiety attack? Yes, it is a very important question. If you're feeling panic attack at that time कि आप सांस नहीं ले पा रहे हो, extremely anxious and overwhelming, do this one trick that I'm telling you right now. And ऐसा नहीं कि आपको उसी समय करना है. the tactics that I'm teaching you, you have to do it even when you are not feeling anxious. These breathing techniques also, do it even when you are not feeling anxious. Because उस समय जब जरूरत होगी, ओवरवेलमिंग सिचुएशन में होगे, तब ये याद नहीं आएगा. हम प्यास लगने पे कुआं नहीं खोद सकते, राइट? हमको पहले से कुआं खोद के रखना पड़ेगा. सो पहले से यू हैव टू ट्रेन योर ब्रेन फॉर remembering to do these breathing techniques or mindfulness techniques, so that when you actually need it in that time, brain remembers what to do. Varna in that overwhelming state you will not remember this. Yeah. So what to do during an anxiety attack also, there you use your 5 senses. हमारे 5 sense organs है. कौन कौन से है? आईज है, नोज है, टंग का टेस्ट है, हियरिंग है और टच है. ओके, स्किन है. सो यूटिलाइज दीज 5 senses. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, now I am having a panic attack in the office and I'm having difficulty in breathing. I don't know what to do. I sit down, automatically एक जगह बैठ जाना है, and I start to think of 5 things which are in my surrounding. मैं नाम लूंगी उन चीजों का कि वॉल का कलर व्हाइट है, पंखा दिख रहा है, एसी है, यहाँ पे फोन का ये कलर है, मेरे सामने वाली कलीग ने ये कलर का ड्रेस पहना है, सामने लैपटॉप रखा है, XYZ. ओके, start to name things that you see in your surroundings, right? Then utilize your ears, next sense organ, and enlist the things that you can hear. तो अभी आप क्या सुन पा रहे हो? मेरी आवाज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल. ओके, हो सकता है बाहर ट्रैफिक का बहुत नॉइज हो, ट्रैफिक का बहुत साउंड हो सकता है आपको एसी या कूलर या पंखे की आवाज आ रही हो, या आप लोग घर पे हो तो किसी कुकर की सीटी बज रही है और समथिंग लाइक दैट. Getting my point? So 5 things you can see in your surrounding, 4 things that you can hear, right? 3 things that you can feel on your body. So it can be your hair if they are around your body, how comfortable your clothes are, how comfortable your pant belt is, if you're wearing any socks, उनका क्या texture है, जूते पहने तो उसका क्या फीलिंग है, जिस चेयर पे बैठे हो उसका क्या फीलिंग है. Start bringing your attention to these things. Yeah. Okay. Then 2 things that you can smell in your surrounding. हो सकता है कि एक ही चीज की स्मेल आए, हो सकता है सिर्फ परफ्यूम की स्मेल आए, हो सकता है कि कोई और स्मेल हो. Start bringing your attention to these things, right? And one thing that you can taste, generally it can be a saliva, it can be अभी जिस मैंने चाय पिया था तो वो चाय का टेस्ट लिंगर हो रहा है, या कॉफी का, or something like that. These 5 sense organs, if you utilize Kamal sir, and if you actually practice these every day, this is also जो मैंने अभी बोला, this is also a tactic of mindfulness. This is another way to practice mindfulness. So if you do this at the height of your panic attack or anxiety attack or anger attack also, this will help you to cope with it and to actually not do anything which you will regret later on. So this is very good with panic attacks. Yeah, was I helpful? Was this session helpful? I'm so happy. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yay. Thank you so much for your feedback. And I really liked your questions also. I really enjoyed this session. I hope we can make it more interactive soon. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. Hi, Anamika.
Hi, Dr. Kanak. So, yeah, I was also very engrossed in your presentation and the session. It was very helpful, actually. And the questions were very good. So, I think all the attendees actually had so many questions and they got the help they needed. And yeah, so it was a very good session. I really enjoyed.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
so
glad. Thank you so much. Please
yeah, so I
accept
am
my
hoping
gratitude
if there are
also.
no,
Team
sorry,
IMT.
you were saying something.
Please accept my gratitude, Team IMT, for organizing this. this was a really good attempt for mental health.
Yes, it was. And we will conduct more sessions like these. And we will, call you whenever we, feel the need to host such sessions.
Absolutely. All the
Okay.
best, everyone who attended today, and I hope you guys practice this every day. Again, remember, प्यास लगने पे कुआं नहीं खोदना है. अभी से practice करना है so that when you need it, your brain can do it immediately.
Yeah. Take the notes and please, guys, do practice the meditation and the breathing exercises. So I would like to thank everyone who joined and especially Dr. Kanak. We had a great breakthrough, I guess. Most of the people don't know how to, cope with stress these days.
Yeah,
So it's great to get some insight actually to deal with our emotions and moods and anxieties.
absolutely. Especially now
So
the
if
career is so demanding
it
that
is.
you need more help.
Yeah, I mean we keep past our emotions and stress so that we can work. But
Yeah,
back of the mind, it's taking a toll on us every day. We don't even realize it, right?
yeah, that's
So
so true.
yes, so I would like to thank everyone who joined and especially you. And if there are no more questions, I would end the session here. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Nice talking to you all.
Same, Dr. Anna. Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll end the session now. Bye bye. Have a great
Bye.
evening
Good day.
and have a great weekend.
You too.